After spending 4 years as an executive assistant, she became a stay-at-home mom. And in the midst of the crazy that has been, that is having 4 kids in 4 years, Julia found herself longing for something to call her own. She opened a successful handmade business, followed by 2 different network marketing companies. She wasn't looking for something else when she tried color street for the first time, but she couldn't ignore the pull to be a stylist after trying on her very first set. Julie has recruited 87 new stylists within her first year, which has landed her in the monthly superstar list for 9 months out of 12. Wow. As of April 2019, she's number 2 in recruiting and number 12 in personal sales within the network. She's also tied for number 2 in overall Cruz points. While her accomplishments are amazing, her greatest achievement is seeing her stylists have success. Julie has been married to her husband, Jay, for 16 years. Together, they live in the Central Valley of California with their 4 kids. She loves collecting raindrop pottery, singing at her church, and taking naps.
It's true.
Her life has completely changed in 1 year, and she can't wait to see what happens in the future. Caitlin Grant is an executive director and has been with Color Street since February 2018. She works full-time at a building supply company with Color Street as a side gig. Caitlin fell in love with the idea of dry nail polish. With a little push from a close friend, she jumped on board. She had never been a part of a direct sales company before, but Color Street has proven to be a perfect fit. She's a very big-hearted person, has found freedom with Color Street, and is very passionate about helping her team achieve goals. As of May, Caitlin is number 24 in Color Street and number 3 in Team Freedom for personal volume. She was a top Gold Cruz earner, earning the number 11 spot, and a place on stage for a training event during the Cruise to Cosmo. Caitlin grew up in a small town and always wanted to be a part of the beauty industry. Caitlin and her husband Ronnie got married in September of 2011. They take any chance they can to be outdoors. They're avid hunters, love to fish and kayak. She would rather be in the woods or outdoors instead of shopping or getting all dolled up. Color Street is a perfect blend for her beauty interest and her active lifestyle. Let's welcome her to the stage.
I can't hear you.
It's a packed house. Okay, we're going to go over the agenda for today. Is this loud enough for you? Okay. Number 1, how to set up and promote Facebook nail bar party bookings. Number 2, learn a simple strategy for quantity and timing of posts. Number 3, view proven content to support sales, bookings, and enrolling. 4, tips to turn your host into a stylist. And then number 5, effective ways to follow up with prospects and customers. So basically our goal today is to make you feel comfortable hosting Facebook parties. Okay, so we have a question for you. How many people have Facebook parties in the month? Like how many, so if you have one right now or you have one a month, stand up. Typically, let's say normal months, if you do at least one Facebook party, stand up. Okay. Okay, if you do 5, stay standing. Okay. Okay, look at you. That's my team. And let's say you do 10 a month. Okay. Would you believe us if we said we do at least 10 a month per night? A piece? I guess that's why we're up here. Okay, so let's go over number 1. How to set up and promote Facebook nail bar party bookings. We're going to break this down into a couple steps. So step 1 is give your hostess a guide. Okay, I'm going to take this one. How many of you guys tell your hostess what to do or set your expectations for how to host a nail bar before you set up anything for them? Okay, good. I'm going to show you what my hostess guide looks like on the next slide, and I'll give you the link so you can look at it. But it's really important for you to set clear expectations for your host. A lot of people say, oh, invite your friends and I'll do the rest. And that's really not true. I think it's really important that you set clear expectations for your hosts, like personally invite to the group rather than clicking an invite button inside of a group, right? We'll go into that a little bit more, but let me just go into this next one, okay? This is gonna be really small for you guys to read. You may be able to take a picture, but if not, you can find it at hostessguide.threefoldsheet.com. hostessguide.threefoldsheet.com. Chic is
If you need it, you can ask us later.
yeah, you can find it, or you can look at it. But just so you guys can see a little bit about this, I think it's really important when you have a hostess guide to show them what the rewards are that they're going to get. I have a lot of people who book parties with me who have really no idea what host rewards are. They just saw that I was going to do a party and they want to do it. So I like to show them what the rewards are, and then I tell them to give me what their goal is, which means they're going to email me back from this hostess guide because I email it to them. I use MailChimp. I can talk about it later. So they send me an email and they say, when they're looking at this and they see the $300 mark, they're like, that's what I want. So they email it back to me. Then I give them set out clear expectations, what to do 3 days before the party, what to do 2 days before the party, what to do the day before the party, and it breaks it down all here. I even give scripts if that helps. But typically, 2 days before the party, I tell them, post on your personal page without saying you're hosting a party, and just say, I can't believe this nail set took me, this manicure took me 10 minutes to do. So you're creating some curiosity. You're not telling them that you're hosting a party, you're just putting it out there. Then the next day, you can talk about, this is what I'm telling the hostess, you can talk about, I'm hosting a Facebook nail party. If you'd like to be a part of it, then comment below. And then you can give them the link there. So you guys can take some time to read the rest of that and let us know if you have any questions.
Okay, the next one, have hostess create a group. We both kind of do it different, so both ways are effective. We have the hostess either make a group or we make the group ourselves, depending on how excited they are to have the party. Typically, we try to get our hostess really excited so that they are the ones that create the nail bar. They also, that way it helps the algorithms for that group. Sorry, I'm saying wrong.
Yeah, no, it's the whole point of that is so if the hostess feels comfortable on Facebook, have them create the group. These are their friends. Facebook likes to see people being invited to groups that they're friends of. These people are not my friend on Facebook for the most of the time, right? So it's for them. That's what we want the hostess to be able to do, and then we'll give them some stuff to help.
So then we give them a cover photo to use, saying it's so-and-so's nail bar. They make you the admin, you do all the postings. Have your hostess tag the guests in a nail fee or a welcome post, something about how do you know the hostess, or for instance, doing like a gift, like do your favorite gift below for an entry to a party prize or something like that to get your customers engaged in the excitement of the party.
So this is just an example of what our cover photos look like. So mine's on the top. I literally just change the name every single time, and that's how I do it. And she likes to use an app. So whatever works for you is going to be the best. This picture on the right is just showing you when you create a Facebook group, anybody who's new to the group will be shown, this is on a computer, it's a little harder on a phone, and you can say write posts. Because your host is the admin of the group, they can be the first one to write a post. Tag it automatically when you press that write post, it'll automatically tag all the new people in the group.
There's also, if you do it from your phone, there's like a little blue button in a group that has like a person with a plus sign, and they can literally tag every single person in their group, which is a great feature for a Facebook group.
It's really important that this first post is super engaging. So I like to say, drop a gift to tell me how you know your host, or if it's them, drop a GIF to tell me what your favorite, or drop your favorite GIF below. That's right. Is it GIF or GIF? Whatever. I mean, whatever it is. And then that usually gets tons of engagement and excitement started for your party right away. Okay. Okay, so number 2, learn a simple strategy for quantity and timing of posts. I think this is one of the questions that I get the most from people is, how often am I supposed to post? And honestly, guys, I feel like that is really dependent on who your host is. So let's say they're like Caitlin and they work a full-time job. They're not gonna be on Facebook all hours of the day. So you maybe want to post one in the early morning before they would go to work, one at lunchtime, one at the end of the day, and then one at bedtime. But if they're a stay-at-home mom and their friends are gonna be stay-at-home moms, you can post them more at different times.
And just remember, people do have lives. They're not on their phone 24/7 like us. So keep that in mind when you are getting a Facebook mailbar, and when you are getting frustrated and you feel like it's not working out, just start tagging people in the groups, and that is, how to grab their attention.
So typically 2 to 4 posts in a day. You can make it an engagement post. It can be something simple like, let's have a gift dance party, and you drop your favorite dancing kid, right? Whatever it is. Some really pretty selfies, which we'll talk about a little bit more. Maybe a tip for how to apply a video. We think it's really important on the first day, if you can, to go live in that party. Set some expectations, like this is what we're gonna do in the party. This is
Party specials.
Right, the party specials. We're gonna do an early bird special, whatever it is, and then show the actual strips.
Show them how to put on a sample.
Right. Or show.
Put a glitter over it.
Yeah.
You know you can do it, so just do it on the video.
Yeah. Or if you're really scared to go live, I do this a lot. If I know I'm not gonna be able to go live inside my parties, I try to start them all on Wednesdays. But if I know I'm not gonna be able to do that, I pre-recorded a video that was a welcome, and even in that video I was like, happy Wednesday, they don't have to know I did it earlier. So if you can't go live every week, just go live once, keep the video, and then post that inside there. That's the second best thing, I would say. But try to go live.
And do it on your time schedule. It's
Right.
not when they, if you were getting off at 5 o'clock and you have a dinner plan at 6, do it when you get home real quick. It doesn't have to be on their time schedule. It's totally your party, you're running it, it's your job.
So I personally run a lot of parties in a month. So I can't post in all of the parties all the time, or I would lose my mind. So I use something called Post My Party. It's showing you on the top. I won't go over it very much, but just to tell you that your whole template is inside there. You plug in their name, you plug in their address, and then you press go, and it's like magic. It's like the best thing ever. But it does cost $10 a month. And you may be new, and you maybe can't afford that, or you're having 1 or 2 parties a month, and you may not need that. So it's really fine to use the Facebook schedule.
Yeah, I use Facebook scheduling because I haven't sat down and actually did post my party.
Yeah.
But it works. And Facebook is kind of a pain every once in a while. You just have to deal with it.
So I personally like to keep within a theme. As you can tell, my cover photo was this grand mint, and then I try and plug in these posts throughout the party that are within a theme. It can be as simple as just making all your posts pink, or making all your posts green. It doesn't have to be like this elaborate thing. I get a little crazy on branding, but it doesn't have to be like that for you. But my tip would be create your own graphics for this part. I know we all love our graphics groups and taking things that we see and we love it, but it really does mess up Facebook, and you'll find yourself in Facebook jail, and you don't want that. So try as much as possible to make your own graphics, and if you can't, if you're using someone else's, put your little watermark on it, put a border, change it somehow so that Facebook doesn't flag it.
Next step. View proven contact to support sales, bookings, and enrolling. So step 1 is sales. Both of us give a sample request form right at the beginning of the party, which it's going to be on the next screen so you can see. In this sample request form, there is,
Okay. This is my form.
basically we have the same format, requesting a format, requesting a form or a sample, and basically it's just asking for the address, if they want to host a party, if they'd like more info, if they would like to join the VIP group. This is all something that we've made ourselves, and it's through Google. So if you have a Google email, it's super easy to make your own form through the forms, and it auto-populates into an Excel form, which is a savior. So if you have a Google email, use the functions Google has, and make yourself a form for your
And if you want to see mine, it's sample.3fullcheek.com. There's a theme here. We'll answer questions at the end.
Okay, next, like we talked about before, go live with the host or yourself to show the application. We feel that it's very helpful to be doing this, like we said before, just because it shows the person actually how to apply the script. If they've never seen it before, have never heard of it before, it is best to show them to actually how to do it so that they know how.
And the very first party that I ever did before I became a stylist, she asked me if I would go live with her. I was like, what? I don't even know what to do. And she showed how to apply Tokyo lights on her finger. And you guys, she used like a trick where you put your thumb underneath. And I had never seen that. And I was like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna do that. And so that was like a light bulb moment for me as a stylist, that most people who are coming to parties are not gonna know how to apply these. And if you don't show them, even just this quick little video with your host, if they'll do it. Some people are scared. If they do it, will go a long way.
The next slide is talking about sharing beautiful nail fees. Ladies.
Hold on. We're doing nail fees?
Yeah, it's up. No.
No, it's this. Okay.
Yeah, it's
Amateurs here. Is it this one?
Share beautiful nail fees.
This is it, right? Okay. View proven content to support sales bookings and enrollings. Step 2. Was that on step 3?
No, we missed it. We gotta show our beautiful nail fees.
Hey, where is it?
We're amateurs, you guys.
We're not really. We're professionals.
It's not up there.
Okay.
It's gone. It's okay.
We'll show you. You know how to take a beautiful nail fee, right?
Yes. Okay, so you're gonna have like light, and you're gonna have not a bunch of crap behind it, like your whole desk covered in papers and pencils. Like you're gonna stand outside and take it in the grass, not like a strip halfway on your nail.
We had really cute pictures of really bad nail fees.
We
to
did.
show you.
It's right here.
Okay, so we're just going to step 3 then. Okay, view proven content to support sales, bookings, and enrolling. So step 2 is bookings. Okay, I do something inside all of my parties, thanks to some of my amazing uplands, Amanda Yoakum, I don't know where she is, but she does something called Girls Night In and makes some amazing templates. So in all of my parties, they are 6 days long, and on night 5, we have a 1-hour Girls Night In, which is basically just 1 hour with posts every 5 minutes that have different things in it, like this or that posts, different like questions that they can ask. But one thing that I really want to highlight in that is I have a question on one of them where they get extra points to win that says book a nail bar or book a nail party, and it gives all of the rewards that they would be able to get, and it gives them more points, and it gives them a date to choose. Write that down. You want them to have a date to choose. So you can say, if you would like to host a nail party with me and get these rewards, these are the dates I have available. Comment below and let me know which one works for you. August 28th, whatever day it is. That creates a sense of urgency. There's 2 days available, or 1, or whatever you guys have. They don't have to know you have 0 bookings the whole month. You have to create the urgency so that they're going to want to do it.
So Julie does the Girls Night In, which is what she calls it. I just do the typical Facebook nail bar, and mine's 4 days, and I do the nail bar on the day 4 for 30 minutes. So your party doesn't have to be an hour long. Your party doesn't have to be 12 days long. Your party doesn't have to be a month long. Do what is best for you and what fits into your schedule.
Right. Okay, and then it says share popular sets on real hands. So I know hopefully you guys are part of like Facebook nail fee groups, or your team has really great nail fees, but make sure you're checking out cuticles and making sure, like I don't ever post a picture that has terrible cuticles. Nobody's gonna want to buy that, so make sure that you don't either.
Also, sets that are like retired or possibly discontinued or off the site, make sure that you take those pictures out so then it's not an issue when they're going to order. Because if they're like, oh, I really want London Fog, I'm sorry, it's gone. Like, you can't have it. But that nail fee was amazing. You want to make sure that you have sets available for purchase at that particular time.
Right. So I'm not sure why, but we don't have the updated slides that have pictures. Ugh. So the next slide is supposed to show you some images, sorry guys, that are like samples of what Girls Night In. So I like to keep it with the theme. So let's say the fall line is coming out, your Girls Night In can have a fall set theme, or you want to do a movie night theme. You don't have to make it complicated, but just have a theme for it so that on that night they're excited about like whatever it is, Disney or whatever you want to make.
Alrighty, next slide is enroll, step 3. During what we were talking about, either your Girls Night In or your Facebook nail bar, make sure you have them post out there, not specifically join my team, because, okay, for real, if you are in a Scentsy party and it says join my team, do you really want to sell nail, Scentsy bars? And you love to hear about the opportunity, but not everyone is really interested in joining. So if you give them the opportunity to ask you actual questions about your job, about what it is to be a stylist, you get paid to have pretty nails, right? Tell them about it. Why not?
So in Girls Night In addition to the tell me when you want to book a party, I have another post that says, it's the one on the left, that says, for an additional, 10 points instead of 1 point, ask me anything about being a stylist. You guys, this is the best host of the party in my opinion. People will ask the most random things, but you have to pay attention. Some people will say, what's your favorite nail set of all time? Blah, blah. But other people will say, how much is the kit? Or, they'll ask a question that you can tell they're really thinking about this. And had you not asked a question, you would never have known that, especially because you don't know these people. So asking that question, giving them some time to ask a question for you to get a little bit more points towards the giveaway is always going to be helpful. So you guys can take a picture there. That was just showing I can't read it, but
Just a couple ideas.
that was showing you a couple ideas of what people asked. And I always follow up with the people who asked specific questions about, you can tell they're really kind of thinking about this, and we'll give you a couple more tips in a second about that. But the example on the left is what I do, and then what Caitlin does is on the right.
Yep. Pretty simple. Don't overthink it. It's really, you're wanting them to ask you questions. You're wanting them to be engaging. And if you're seriously loving this product and what's the word? You're just completely in love. Yeah. Just show them what you're feeling. They're not going to know that you actually care about your job if you don't express, be like, this is amazing,
And making a cute picture of you. I'm not saying that it's a cute picture of me, but I'm saying.
Maybe you don't want to put your picture on there, you can do something else.
Okay, so number 4, and this is when it starts to get in my heart, you guys, because I love enrolling. Tips to turn your host into a stylist. I will be real. The majority of the time, I do not sign up stylists from their parties on that day. There are certain times where, last week I had a host that crushed it. On day 1 when we had an early bird special, she had $867 in sales. I was like, and I say this too, you gotta get bold. I'm like, I think you should be a stylist. Don't be weird. That's what I would say to someone. I actually have said that. Just she's right there.
Present the opportunity. Don't be scared of saying you are going to be good at this. You're already doing what it takes to be a stylist. You made the group, you invited your friends, you're interacting with them. Just be bold. You totally can do it.
Especially with the hosts that, pay attention to how the party is going. is she crushing it? She's engaged, she's posting, she's going live, she's doing all this stuff. It's like, hello, you're doing everything, and this is exactly what I told Anastasia right here. You're doing everything that a stylist would do anyway, you should just do it. She's like, okay. It's not always that easy, but sometimes you just have to be bold and ask, what's the worst they can do? Say no? Okay, then you're going to do something else. You're going to invite them to your next Nail Boss workshop. Some of you may not know what that is, unless you're on the Cruz. And I'm probably not going to talk about that much right now. But a Nail Boss workshop is basically a considering group, a sneak peek group that you have for your team or yourself. Some people like to have them individually. I recommend doing it with more than one person, where you're inviting people to be a part of a group where your sole purpose is giving them information about the opportunity. So we run something once a month for our team that is called a Nail Boss Workshop. It's a 1-hour event, basically like a girls' night in, but instead it's my stylist going live, posting videos and posting posts about their stylist
The opportunity. And that's exactly what we do for ours too. We just call it something different. So if your team does not have a stylist opportunity, talk to your leader, talk to your upline, and see if you can get something like that. This is just something that your people in your VIP group are excited to maybe join or have questions. They can just go to this party, it's just basically a party, and just find out all of the information they would need for it.
Yeah, so the workshop that we have, I like to invite any of the people who have hosted parties with me before. I personally invite them to this. So even if I've talked to them previously and I told them, hey, I think you would make a great stylist, I was super bold, and they were like, no, then I'll still invite them to this. And it's actually pretty large. We have like, I don't know, 1,500 people in it, but they're seeing this workshop month after month after month. So it really is a good way for people, especially if they're thinking about it and you don't realize it, they can go right into that group.
Okay, next step, effective ways to follow up with prospects and customers. This is a huge point. When you get an order from a nail bar, you always want to make sure that you're posting a thank you. Tell them thank you. It can either be a collage of the nails from the nail fee group, it could be a screenshot from a back office with a graphic, it could be a screenshot with the colors from, like I said, from the back office and their profile picture. Whatever you want to put for the thank you, do it. The best way is to show the colors, because not everyone, like I said before, is as crazy as Color Street than us, you know? So when they get on to a party and they're like, oh, what is this? Someone orders right away that is absolutely in love with the nails, and they pick all of these gorgeous glitters, and you post a picture of it and they're like, oh, those are cool. So that gives them the opportunity to see what colors they are, especially on real nails. That is really the killer. The killer is to do that.
Yeah, Caitlin likes to put a picture of the actual person who ordered along with their nail sets, and it's not on your slide, so it's okay. And I like to take, I don't want to take that much time, so I go into my back office. If you go from your phone or on a computer, you can go to orders and then customer orders and take a screenshot of the image of the little nails that are on it. Crop it to a square, have a little thank you image like I showed you previously, and then post that, tag them. And then what I like to do is say in that post, like, thank you, Susie, for your order. Can't wait to see these beautiful nails on you. When you get them, will you come to my VIP group and post a picture of them on your hands?
I have a giveaway for it.
Yeah. So then you're getting them back into your...
You all know where those pictures are in your back office, right? Your VO. Just go to customer orders, and then that's where you take screenshots of it. And then you can kind of pair it with anything. We really did have slides for it. Somebody cut us off. Okay, next one. Like I said, personally message every guest. You can either message them through Messenger. As we know, Messenger is a little bit sticky with actually giving people the request that we send them a message. But you also get an email notification and a notification in your back office that you have an order, or it shows you have the order, so their email is on there. Send them a quick email. copy and paste in your email. Thanks so much for your order. I can't wait to see it in my VIP group. I would love for you to join. I hope you love these nails as much as we do. Or something to that effect. Just make it engaging so that they are gonna want to respond to you.
Yeah, and I have a girl on my team who's fantastic at nail bars. Her name's Lindsay, and she posted inside of our team page a couple of weeks ago a challenge because she did this in her party. So she told all of us, go into your party and personally message 5 people who are in the group who have not commented or engaged, but they, obviously they had to request to be inside the group because we're telling you not to press the little invite button. So messaging them and just saying, hey, thank you so much for being a part of Susie's party. I wanted to check in and see if you, if you sent them a sample, I wanted to check in and see if you had a chance to try the sample I sent you. Or, Susie is so close to earning her host rewards, I wanted to check in, because most of the time, you guys, people aren't intentionally not posting inside your group. They want to be a part of it. They ask to be a part of the group, right? And I hope nobody is using the invite button, like I said. So if they ask to be a part of your group, they want to be there. They may not see it. The notifications may be off. They might not even realize that that's what the party is called. So sometimes I'll link the party group inside that message. But so Lindsay posted that, and then I tried it, and I immediately got 5 orders for a party that day. So sometimes you have to get in your inbox, you have to get brave, and talk to all of those people, and let them know your host is this close to rewards, you can really help them out, or whatever.
So she's like she's at $150, and 300 obviously doubles her rewards. Just take 150 divided by 12 and then divide it by 4 and be like, so-and-so is 4 buy 3 get 1 free orders away from doubling her rewards. Who hasn't ordered? Tag them in it. I do it all the time.
Yeah. Don't be scared to ask them to help their friend. They're there to help their friend anyway.
And like Julie said, they don't always get a notification that you're posting. Like most of the time, if someone posts in a group like multiple times within a day, you only get 1 notification, right? So that's what they're also getting. They may not scroll all the way through the post. So if you tag it, they're going to get something across the front of their phone that says, oh, I wonder what that is. They might possibly click on it.
Make sure that you have a post inside of the party at least one time, if not a couple times, that links your VIP group. The point is for you to get people from these parties into your VIP group, you guys. I run so many parties and my VIP group is huge only because I have tons of people who were a part of a party and they came over to my VIP group. They saw a sale, they got to know me, they got to trust me, they got to like me, and then they start ordering from me. And it's a natural thing. Then they're telling their friends who also want to host parties with me and also want to tell their friends. And I'm not kidding, once that ball rolls, it doesn't stop. But you have to start with getting one. And so I know we were going to talk about how do you get nail bar bookings? Because I know that's what you're thinking right now, all of you.
How do you book a party?
Yeah, that's what people ask all the time.
I personally message or email every single person that has ever bought from me, ever. I go into my back office, sorry, it's changed.
Yeah.
And I literally message everyone. Email them, send them a messenger, go back to your sample request form that we showed you earlier, and it says, how would you like to be contacted? Do they want to be contacted by a text message, an email, through Messenger? If that is the case, whatever case it is, message them how they want to be messaged.
Right. But follow up. They gave you their information. They wanted the sample. I know a lot of people are like, oh, I don't want to be spammy. I'm not telling you to be spammy. I don't either. I don't like to be in my inbox a lot. But these are people that gave you their information. You're not going and being like, hey girl, to someone you don't even know, right? These are people that asked for a sample or are part of a party, so don't be scared to talk to them about placing orders.
And if they already placed an order and they're still not getting your message, go on to the post that you tagged them in for their thank you, and in the comments be like, hey, I sent you a PM, will you check it? Or I sent you a PM, I'd love to talk to you, whatever. And then they'll be like, oh, she did? I never knew. And if they still don't really know where it's at, just take a little screenshot in your messenger and then circle the message button so they know where to go. Not everyone, again, is like us.
Yeah.
And obviously,
especially if they're not your personal friend on Facebook. You guys, if you send a message to someone who's not your personal friend on Facebook, it goes into this weird requested area, and I don't see those very often. So I give people the benefit of the doubt. They're not intentionally, most of the time, trying to ignore you. Sometimes they just don't see it, or they saw the message and then their kid had a dirty diaper and they had to go run and take care of it. So I always try to give people the benefit of the doubt, and tagging them in a post like that is always great, because then they're like, hey, I messaged you, and then they go back and look at it.
Yep. Okay.
Okay.
Next one.
Okay, guys, we want you to take some action. So turn to your neighbor and tell them one thing that you're going to be implementing in your parties when you get home. One thing. Go ahead.
Sorry.
Done with this session now, right? So we can have a break.
Okay, so let's review. Give your hostess a guide and set expectations. Have your party in a closed Facebook group. Post quality content, hopefully that you have created yourself 2 to 3 times a day. Don't overwhelm people. Have a girls' night in. With open party dates plus Ask Me Anything.
Stay engaged and tell the hostess about the stylist opportunity. Follow up with any guests who have not purchased. Get guests to join your VIP group.
Okay, so last night, this is going to be a bonus material for you guys. Last night, Melissa talked about a booking blitz, right? So we're going to talk about something that we're going to have to do right now.
Okay, so for most of you just said that you have booked at least one party. You have at least one party in the books right now, or maybe this past month. Go to that party on your phone right now and message someone that purchased from that party, and do it right now and see if you can get a booking.
Tell them you have the date. You guys gotta be like, I hope you love your nails. I would love to see a picture of it. I have, here's a way that you'll be able to get free nail sets. I have a party going on. Blah, blah, blah.
Hey, I loved the nail choices that you had. What do you think about hosting a nail bar and getting some nails for free? I do most of the work. We can get you some free nails.
Here are the dates that are available this month, so that you guys can get in on the booking list.
Let's get you on the calendar when I get back from conference. What do you think?
Right.
But it has to be booked by tomorrow at noon.
Oh, it has to be booked. Well, you can book it. I'll put it on.
You can set it up.
Oh, but
just create the
they have that.
Just
Yeah.
then
You can say yes, and then you're like, sweet, let me put it in.
Then ask them. Actually, you don't even need their email because they ordered from you. So you can search their name in your VO and make them a party link. So
And if you're one of the people who said you have not, then I would encourage you to go in your VIP group and just pick someone special.
especially people that have awesome nail fees.
Yeah. Okay,
So we're just gonna give you a few minutes to do that.
And then we can get more nails tomorrow.
Give you about another minute to send that message.
Don't overthink it, you guys. You gotta be bold and just got it. I really hope someone says yes while we're still here. You got someone to say yes?
Who else?
Yes, you guys.
If you say yes, stand up.
For real.
Stand it up, girls.
Yes, girls.
Now make that party link.
Yeah, right now. We'll see it all come up right now.
It's gonna go for 2.
Yes.
See, and then we all booking. There's 750 people in here. If we all book a party,
Let's go, guys. No pressure.
no pressure. You got a party?
Keep it going.
Nice job.
Okay, so how many, turn to your stylist to the right, okay? Tell them how many nail bars you are committing to book in August.
Good job. I like them better.
September.
Which 3 this morning?
Or September.
How many are you going to personally book in September? Okay,
One thing.
so
This is my favorite.
how many said that they were going to do 5? Who's committing to 5? Who's committing to 7? Who's committing to 10? Now add 2 to that. You guys want to be successful? You want the extra income? You can do it. We have faith in you. Just push yourself. It's what we do. It's how we are both top earners. We push ourselves to go above and beyond the minimum.
Okay, we're gonna end with this quote. Success is no accident. It is hard work, perseverance, learning, studying, sacrifice, and most of all, love of what you're doing and learning to do. So go book your party!